Yes, blessed. My name is King Toby. This is the Roots N Kulcha Radio on KWVA Eugene, 88.1 FM, kwvaradio.org, online out nationally. We're here with Drop-In Films and vidbybill. One love, one family, one joy. Give thanks and praise to the Most High God, Jah Rastafari. Yo, we just a couple days past an Ileful strong start up at the Northwest World Reggae Festival, and what a joy it was. And I will tell you right now that the highlight of the strong start for me personally was Saturday night watching the escort service, a run selection for right here, the man called Ross Batch and the man Ross Attitude. A serious thing, and so what a joy it is for I to be out here at Studio BCD, just holding a vibe today, getting ready for a next show, and have an opportunity to reason. So first and foremost, we got to welcome the brethren, Ross Attitude, Ross Batch, welcome, you know what I mean, to the vibes today.
Give thanks, blessed love.
Yes, man, give thanks for having I. Bless King Toby.
Rastafari. So yeah, you know what I mean, we just come off this this festival vibe. You want to tell us how the festival went for the item?
It was royal and loyal, you know what I mean? It was really nice, you know. Had a chance to, you know, vibes with the people, our family, you know, vibes with the plenty artists that was there. You know, it's been a while since I've seen Pato Bantan personally, so it was good to see him again, as well as Luciana. The last time I saw Luciana, we were together in Tatola together on a show. That was the last time I saw him, and it's been years, you know, so it was good to see both of them, you know, and as well share the stage with them. Messenger Sela and J. Rasparelli and all, you know, not for the artists them, you know, it was good to see them and hold our vibes, you know.
Tough Lion, respect, same way.
Oh gosh, man, Tough Lion. I came from Virginia. We did a show in Virginia not too long ago, and then now we're here in the Northwest, and we did the show in Northwest, which was very royal and loyal. I give thanks. Big up Tuffy and each party there. Love you more than cook food. Yeah, man. But it was really a blessed thing, you know, to see the people come forward, you know, have a good vibes, you know. No bad vibes, you know, just straight good vibes. I had a lot of fun. I full joy myself, you know, watching everybody perform, as well as I performing with Brother Batch. You know what I mean? Me and Batch ain't touch it in a while together in this vibes here like this in a long time.
Bonus.
So it was royal to be there and connect, you know. It was just a big connection going on, you know, within the realms, you know. So I give thanks for that, you know.
Truly, Ross Batch, what are you saying?
Yeah, I would say, you know, I give thanks, you know, for the invitation, same way, and because it was a real isle of full vibes, you know, just to see the roots music being played, and, you know, the people them out there full joy in the music, and enough good herbs, and, you know, everyone in our airy vibes, red, gold, and green banners, and just to be among the other singers and players of instrument. Everything was just really airy, you know, and, you know, we give thanks to just being, you know, a setting where conscious music and conscious vibes can, you know, be given and also received, you know.
Rastafari, yes, King. Yo, and so on the Irates, the vibes that were there, Ross Attitude, I even heard the I mention a tear on stage, and that was a vibe that I felt. Like, the item come with a joyful, uplifting vibe, but the sound is so sweet. Reminds I of bingy chants and weeping and wailing and vibes like that, to the degree that I even saw people move to tears in the crowd. Could the item comment a little bit on the iris behind the music that would move ones in that way?
It's just the gathering, just to see, you know, when man singing song and so, you know, is not just singing song to the people to watch them dance and all kind of thing, but when I look out there and I see the togetherness, you know, all sorts of people just together and having fun, full joy in, and, you know what I'm saying, it's like they leave everything behind, you know, to full joy themselves, and I full joyed with them, you know, and that's what makes me emotional, you know, to see, like, why can't we get together like this more, you know? Why can't the people be more together, more loving, more sharing, more caring, you know? So that's why it brings a tear to my eye more time, you know, to be like, wow, this is like, it overwhelms me, you know. But then and then when you leave that place, it's like you're leaving all of that love and joy there. It's not like you come out on the street now and you pass a man in the wrong lane and it's a bag of bad what you want to give. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, gotcha, to spread that joy, you know, it always overwhelms me, you know.
Fullness.
You know, well, while we talk, you know, a lot of seeing with two message of upliftment and, you know, message of unity and love. A lot of this music, seeing we and vibration is born out of pain, you know, and out of suffering.
Tribulation.
You know, and tribulation. And so Bob Marley, Brother Bob say a song, we say, who feels it knows it, you know. And so enough time we don't shed tears because we, you know, delivering the message for how we feel it. But same way, there's, even though one's carrying the message, there's ones out there who feel the pain, same way like we feel it, same way the sound that we carry in the music. And it's just a reality thing, you know. This is not no act or, you know, no pretense. It's about this reality thing that's going on in day-to-day life of Africans in the West, of people all across the globe that just suffer at the hands of unjust systems and politics and bad education and bad health and all these different type of things. So I feel like, you know, the empathy, you know, is shared through music, you know. Transcends all race, cultures, languages, you know, and yeah, that's the vibration. That's what it is, you know. Sometimes it's joy, but also sometimes it's the pain, you know,
and sorrow.
A reflection, same way to guide us, you know, for a stronger future, you know, stronger tomorrow.
Truly. And, you know, I see that in the item works from long time too, and we give thanks for that focus and that strength. And a lot of times on I radio program, when we always reasoning with strictly conscious artists, but when we reason in ones and ones as powerful as the item, you know, I mean, I do want to know a little bit more about that focus and that drive to give people conscious music, to give them uplifting music and music telling these stories of I people, African people in the West, and what motivates the item to move in such a way.
Well, for me, it's not a story, you know. It's more of reality. You know, it's reality where I see my elders go through enough things. Even as a youth, I heard enough stories about the Rasta elders, them going through a lot of stuff where they couldn't come out of the hills.
Are there? I mean, we know about Coral Garden and thing like that in Jamaica. Are there must be enough similar stories in the Virgin Islands, same way?
Yeah, well, it was all over. You know,
colonial oppression was a one singular order. You know, it might be different regions and maybe under different, how am I say, governance and authority, but the end result was the same as we mentioned all throughout the diaspora. You know, so but the struggle remains. You know, there is, you know, from out of the ashes rise the phoenix. You know, life still can be lived and the youth them can still have a stronger tomorrow, you know. So yeah, it's just the liberation also too in the music for, you know, the heart, mind and soul, you know.
Yeah, it's just through I ancestors, you know. We still sing for them and they still sing through I, you know, the ancestors them.
Fullness. You know, and as the I show I who feels it knows it. I know that music is a tool for raising I out of the ghetto, out of dreadful tribulation. Could the I comment on how music is a vehicle for upliftment?
Well, you know, the vibration is one. As you don't know, like, you know, even without words or lyrics, you know, music or a beat has a tendency to some many times uplift the feeling or the irits, you know. And even furthermore, when you put a conscious word sound, then it is an opportunity to provoke thought towards that conscious vibe. It isn't a deciding factor whether one would choose it or not, but it is a option that is placed into the thought frame. You know, so
you might be going through something and you find a song by Batch and he's singing about exactly what you're going through, and it makes you feel like, wow, you know, I'm not alone, you know, I'm not the only one who feels this way, you know. So then you'll take into Batch, you take into this song as your favorite song because it uplifts you, it gives you a vibes to say, well, yeah, I could pull myself out of this one, because if Batch did it, I could do it too. You know what I mean? Or this person who he's singing about in the song did it, you know, I could do it too. You know, so it's a great upliftment, you know, music music, whether with the artists on there, whether there's lyrics on there or it's just music, it uplifts. I go crazy for just instrumentals. I'll sit back and listen to instrumentals all day. Just don't want to hear nothing on it. Just play me some nice instrumentals.
True.
And that uplifts me because music could take you to different places. One time you're listening to music, it takes you back to that day when you first had your first ice pop, or might take you back to that day of your first kiss or something.
True.
It brings back upful memories. And it just gives you upfulness, and so that's why I give thanks to the Father, His Majesty, for giving me and Brother Batch, the strength and the health and the wisefulness to come out and do His works, and I give thanks, because it's a gift that I could never ask for more, I would be greedy.
Yes, and it's interesting. The eye points out the guidance of the Most High even through the musical works, because sort of lightly as an interesting anecdote, it was I don't know, maybe 5-10 years ago, I and I were cruising down the highway, and I had Ross Attitude on there, and we almost missed the exit we were about to take, and then I forget the eye's tune, but the lyric came on, and it's something about how Jah will guide the eye on the highway or show you where to turn.
Jah is my guiding star. Yeah. It no matter where you are. Jah, yeah, that's right.
And so like somehow that one clicked on me, like, and even there was a lyric about the highway or something, or an exit.
If you get lost on the highway.
Yeah. That's the one, yeah. And so that one, like, that came right on, and we're like, that tuned us into, that's the exit we got to take right then. So that was the mystic timing.
You know what? And I got to big up my brother Bat sitting right here, because he was the one produced that.
Natural,
he produced that tune there, and we had a joyous time doing that album, Music is life. That's what we call Love Life, right?
Love Life, a bad one there too. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Love Life. So that's what it's all about. Loving life, showing love, and never giving up. Know what I mean? When you talk about the strive and what makes me push and what makes Brother Bash push, is loving life, showing love, and never giving up. That is not in I bloodline as kings. Giving up is not not acceptable.
Truly. Yeah, man, and music, like the eye show on I too does come in so many forms of upliftment of ones, and even some nostalgic vibes of, like growing up things, but then also like Batch, one of the anthem tunes for I in these parts at least is So Happy to Be a Rastafarian. Like that's a tune that we just put on to feel nice.
Big tune.
And I love that, because I have these anthem tunes that we can just play and feel good about, and it's a message for I people that deal and know His Majesty and are dealing with certain things in this time, but we can forget about that right then, because we have the love of His Majesty to look to. So we give thanks for such big, things like that.
Man, give thanks unto Haile Selassie first, because that's, the tune that represents, when man take a look at where man is in position from, through creation, growth from youth to adult, Yeah, man, give thanks unto His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie first, Rastafari, because if it wasn't for Rastafari, man would have feel like if man not alive. So man give thanks for life through Rastafari, because these things are just destiny. It was, I and Ras attitude linking is just, it was the destiny of the Most High, and man give thanks to be in a place of African purpose and liberation sound, not a part of the ignorance that you find more time in music. Or the nonsensical type of topics that you're forced to sing because of some marketing team, or man, glad to give thanks to be able to many times share enough things, the best of man ability, through word sound of things where man have learned and discovered, but was never part of the curriculum or part of the education system when I was growing up. Enough realities and truth about African greatness and African accomplishments, and none of these things were included in my schooling, even though I completed the so-called kindergarten through 12th grade. So man, they cite it as giving thanks to be able to share within the truth, the reality that is what is. Maybe for a while ones have been misrepresenting the truth. But I give thanks for the opportunity to stand and declare that the truth is a liberation song. And yeah, as an African, we, Ethiopian stance, we push it forward in the ritual music and strive our best to educate others, just like we were educated in certain ways by other Rastafarian musicians who have been before us, whether Brother Bob Peter, Steel Pulse, Aswad, Culture, Burning Spear, and list goes on and on. So, yeah, man, that's a livication and a roots tradition.
Yes, I. Yo, enough time. The reasoning here and the interviews and these things are the heights, because a lot of time ones hear the music and they hear mention of Jah or His Majesty or Haile Selassie or Rastafari, and it's something they ball out at a concert. And I know the eye even has an interlude, don't even let his name touch your lips if you don't have him in your heart, and some serious words sound like that. I was wondering if the IDM would be willing to venture sort of a definition or an explanation in a simple form for the ones and ones listening right now about who Rastafari is, what Rastafari is.
Well, Rastafari is, the children of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. It's no different than, I would say just in the similar way of how the followers of Christ became Christians. The original name of His Imperial Majesty was Rastafari, and in his coronation in 1930, November 2nd, he took the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, the might and power of the Trinity,
the King of Kings,
and
Lord
as
of
the ones who cite the divinity within him,
That's
just
right.
like the ones them cite the divinity in Yeshua Christ. 2,000 years ago, I stand as Rastafarians, I faith and many things that I conceptualize as, a philosophy is based upon the teachings of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. And yeah, we just stand here with that spiritual evidence in the conquering lion, King of Kings and Lords of Lords, and man, grateful for each step that He's allowed I to take to keep forward in. No, it ain't I place to question no one's spirituality, because
Rastafari.
I was one of them who used to be in the dance, just hearing Jah Rastafari, and didn't really have the essence. But these are the things that sometimes, the things where you utter off your lip, you have to sometimes come back and live it. So everyone makes their journey in their own way. His Majesty showing not to question the spirituality of no one, but to be sure about the one we are treading. So that's about it. We just try to hail His Imperial Majesty through the word, song, and power. And ministry to come preach to no one and convert no one. Just live good.
And what His Majesty mean? Or Rastafari mean? Rastafari. Anything dealing with red, gold, and green, what does it mean? It's not. Well, I don't worry what it means to them.
True.
It means to me, truth and light. You seek it, you will find it. So I don't fight down anyone who hail Rastafari.
See.
Yes, because I know that when they say Rastafari is some part of the heart.
It's a word sound.
They know it's right. They know it's right.
Feel right.
It feels good. When you hail the King, So that is the true meaning.
Sometimes you feel it and you just can't explain it.
it.
And then from feeling it, you get to learn more about what you were feeling initially. But that's the same way. To I just a natural vibe that a lot of ones still around the planet is connecting more and more to Rastafari. Even if you don't understand the fullness, you feel the power, you feel the vibration, and then you have an opportunity to come and sip and learn more of the teaching of the King of Kings.
Who feels it knows means a lot.
Rastafari is King.
It means a lot because only you who feel it and feel the King all inside of you and feel yourself as a king or a queen. Know thyself. From know yourself, you know the King.
Natural.
That feeling that you're talking about, you will feel that. Wanting to know what it is, you will find out. You will find that out.
Truly.
You know,
for those who seek.
Yeah, for those who seek. Once they seek it, you will find it.
You will discover it, for real.
You know, because when one asks me, how I find Far Eye.
True.
I say I don't find Far Eye. Far Eye find me.
See.
And take me up. And grab me and nurture me. You know?
Truly.
Yeah. I'm like a root. You know?
Yes, sir.
By the rivers of water. You know, and His Majesty just water I.
True. And I know the I bearing fruit in due season, for real.
Yeah. So it's just the fullness. That feeling is just you're born with it.
See.
It's just for you now to tap into that feeling, tap into that. You know? Some of us have not tapped in yet, but they will tap in soon.
And you know, I asked the question too, because like for me, you know what I mean, and I say that explore and seek because I grew up listening to Bob Marley, and I grew up listening to, you know, Peter Tosh and enough of those times. And really and truly, it wasn't until I heard Michael Rose chat I Love King Selassie, I was like, yo, that's a next how is this man loving, like, you have to, it must be a man that he's loving, King Selassie. Who's this king?
Yeah.
And so I started investigating, and that's when the fullness got revealed to me. And so you know what I mean, like, the music is a vehicle, but until I take the next step, I feel doors won't really fully open for I, you know.
Yes, really.
And so that's why we wanted to just touch that reason, you know.
Yes, a very revealing tune, same way too. We wanted to see that the same way that tune make an effect in my life, you know.
Same.
Yeah, man. Wonderful tune.
Big tune, yeah.
Fullness. All right, so you know what I mean. I pray everything is Rastafari, so we're gonna be reading enough time about Rastafari for sure. But on a this time level, make I reason a little bit about this upcoming tour and some of the musical works the Idem have moving in this time. There's a tour coming up with the Idem and some guests along the way. Could you tell us about the tour?
Well, it was just something that I kind of put together with Biggs. You know, I wasn't on the road for a while. You know, I just had the youth and everything.
Congratulations again, King. Yes, you know what I mean, and the whole family movement.
Rastafari, you know, and you know, just been there with the family for a while. So now I was about to touch back the road, and I called Batch, you know, see if we was already coming to do the Northwest World Reggae Fest. So I figured maybe it would be a good thing to do a little run while we're up here, you know. So it was just kind of like a quick draw, you know, just to see what's happening, you know, just touch the earth, you know, cause it is I can't even call it a quick draw. It's just a message from the Almighty, His Majesty. Just say, well, you know, when you touch the road, just go do I works. You know, so I, you know, we just moving forward on the earth to do His works, cause that's what He sent I to do. You know, and it just came forward that, you know, Ras Perfect, you know, Gidimani, you know, we was reasoning one day and I asked him if he was gonna come forward and, you know, let's move together, me, him and Ras Batch, you know, but we're still trying to put it together firmly. There'll be certain shows that he's there and certain shows that he's not there, or, you know what I'm saying, but we're still putting it together firmly to make sure it comes off right. We just finally got the band put together and making that run with this band, the escort service.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
for more shows and just
for more
few.
shows. So all promoters from the US to Europe to Hawaii and anywhere you're at, you know, if you're watching this, just do know that Ras Attitude and Batch is on the road. You know what I mean? If we're not on the road, you could get us on the road. Link us, you know?
Rastafari. That sounds nice. And then tell us about the geography right now that is encompassed in this particular movements now of what is looking like. We're looking at California, Oregon, Washington. Is that the movement?
Yeah, we're looking at California, Oregon. So far, we haven't heard too much about Washington, but we're looking forward to going to Washington as well, too, you know?
Soon.
And holding the vibes up there as well. We're going to be in Oakland as well, too, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we're just making sure that we touch certain grounds. And within that time, hopefully, we have more people, you know, touching base and trying to figure out how we can come to their part of town. You know?
Fullness.
Yes,
All right. Well, we look forward to every part of it, you know.
Yeah.
By the time ones are catching this, they'll have missed the show tonight. But of course, we're looking forward to a huge show in Eugene tonight. It's going to be nice. Right off the festival, band sounding well polished and tight.
And this is just like a little short run, you know. Catch the vibes back again. Me and Batch haven't been on the road for a while. So it's just like a little short run, and then we're setting it up fully, try to set it up fully for October.
Okay,
you know, we're gonna
that's the time.
Work for October time, you know.
Cool.
October, the name of the new album is, you know, Brass Attitude, Old Vibes, and Brass Batch, Know Thyself, you know, and we got prayerfully the same way to putting out just the feelers, same way for, you know, maybe some dates in October to really do a more official and tight tour, but we're just striving to, you know, plant some more seeds and see what the Most High allow us to be able to move through to deal with, you know. But just giving thanks to be on the musical movement again, you know.
Fullness. Make we reason on the albums then. The Eye has Know Thyself out, and the brand new bad album with coming out of I Grade Camp, Tippy, you know what I mean? Put that one out with the Eye. Tell us a little more about that album.
Yeah, we've been working on this album for quite a few years, you know. More in the earlier part of this year, we kind of got more busy with it and give thanks to the Most High to be able to seal it up, and, you know, 17 tracks and more Roots N Kulcha, and, you know, same vibes, you know, same way, hailing the king, standing for African liberation, and, you know, something for the vibes that the people in the same way. Give thanks for the collaboration with Nayora.
True, big tune.
And same way with Sister Aima. So it's just looking forward to seeing we're just, you know, being on the scene, prayerfully and all, getting in the studio soon with, you know, me and Ras Attitude, you know, together to do more things. But, you know, the goal is right now is just to try to use these albums to get the sound out again and see how we can get on the road again and reconnect with the people.
True. For the Eye, as a producer a long time, dealing with Sound Vision Records, and you know what I mean, put out some serious works that tuned a lot of I into the movement down there in the Virgin Islands. How is it for the Eye to team up with Tippy and, you know what I mean, two producers working together on the Eye's personal album?
Give thanks, you know. Well, I'm on side Tippy as a real brethren, you know, and skillful mastery in the sound, Roots N Kulcha. And same with too, just a very easy person to work with, you know. So this has really been a real good opportunity for me to work with I Grade, and, you know, looking for even more things in the future. We've been doing really good things with the promotion and getting the word out, and, you know, working hard as usual. Same way too. So, you know, yeah, I really give thanks for this album coming out with I Grade Records and Tippy and Salam, the whole crew, you know, all the ones them that are helping to push these vibes out to the masses.
True, and I just got a hard copy really today, so I haven't checked the liner notes yet, but is the Eye playing drums on parts of it?
I have produced one track on the album, which is Sacramental Herb.
Okay.
But I've been pleased to have on this album just a stellar amount of great musicians, you know, from you know, veteran and maestro Earl Chenna Smith to, you know, Leroy Haas Mouth, to Dean Fraser is on there, Dean Pan, Tippy, you know, the Zion High production crew. Same way, and I have quite a few producers really, and I'm just grateful to have an opportunity to vocalize and with these great musicians and producers and arrangers, you know, and I'm very happy with the sound and just, you know, yeah man, ask people them to go out and check it out. Roots N Kulcha you're looking for, yeah man, give it a listen, same forward sound. You know, doing our best to just continue within the teachings of His Imperial Majesty in the music, you know.
Rastafari. So that one there is available on VI Roots and enough of the other outlets, I would imagine, at this time?
Yes, VI Roots, iGradeRecords.com, also iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, you know, the different places like CD Baby and, you know, the outlets. But we're definitely right now pushing the single together.
A bad tune, for real.
As they give thanks. As I want to move through, and we're same way too, just trying to get it up on all the electronic outlets, and I'm sure if one of them do their search and different things, they'll be able to come up with it. Brass Batch, Know Thyself, I Grade Records.
And you know we're gonna be playing it full time on the Roots N Kulcha Radio, so we're gonna give them that and give them together enough time right here. So that's what's up. Yes, sir. So Russ Attitude, we've reasoned a little bit in the past about the I's new album, Hold the Vibes. Big album, real nice thing. Kind of, I'm not fully aware of all the movements that One Drop Records have dealt with down there, but I think this is probably a big one putting them on the scene in a lot of ways for I.
Yeah. Well, they're a new label, and they've been doing some works here and there,
Sounds well professional though. It doesn't sound like a brand new thing,
Yeah, well, yeah. Give thanks, give big up Sajid, who did some works with the production. Osa, we've been working on it. This album is at least 6 to 7 years old.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yeah, it's just I done the album and it's just sitting there.
True.
And finally they said they're gonna bring it out and hold a joy with it. So big up One Drop, in collaboration with Sound Vision. So we put it out and now we're out here promoting it, pushing it to the fullness. Big up Loot and Fire, who also had, me and him did a song on there.
For real.
And VI Ancient King.
Yes, every time.
Yeah, so we bring forward Ancient King to do a tune and
Ancient King is the one that went by Willow for a minute, right?
Yeah.
So for ones that checked Weep Not or something.
Wow, you know that, huh? Wow, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so big up Ancient King, VI Massive, Yeah, that was a great strength from our brethren to come and hold our vibes on that album as well, But definitely, I'd like the people to go and catch it and hold the vibes, support Ras Batch, Ras Attitude. You don't know, CD Baby, iTunes. You can also find my album on Movement Tunes with 1T, movementtunes.com.
Right.
Check it out, give us a support. A lot of my songs that you can't find on iTunes and CD Baby and all of that, you can find it on movementtunes.com.
1T.
Yeah, Movement Tunes 1T. Yeah, you can find it there, and just give us a support, we do give thanks for all the support, pushing the music and trying to bring it to a different realms and level, so give thanks for that, and the people them has really been supporting throughout all these years. I really love everyone who's been supporting, and giving me strength, because some people see me out there and say, man, Attitude, keep it up, do what you're doing, keep it up, don't stop, so I give thanks to all the ones them who have came to me and seen me and encouraged me to just keep going, keep moving forward, and I give thanks to His Majesty Most High Selassie at first,
Rastafari.
Yeah, man, strength and honor.
Yes, I. So as we wrap up things here, make we touch the just the contacts so ones can find the item out. But then the item have any final comments before I move, and then maybe if the item could even give the viewers and listeners a little sample of those angelic voices the item have. Sound like trumpets, blow down the walls of Jericho.
Well, man, let's try to give thanks, all the ones them that, had a hand in giving us the opportunity to come to the Northwest Festival, Give thanks for the people, the hospitality has been blessed, and, we give thanks for all the ones them, with whatever little need man have, everyone had someone there willing to try to, give us strength, and we give thanks for that, same way too, The Scotty One Drop and the Scott Service Band for sure, Taz, Kenny, all the brethren, all the man them, Pudu, yeah, Tough Lion,
Tough,
yeah, J Ross, everyone, who give us strength
and the hands man them.
Yeah, it's just yeah man, for real, can't leave out no one. But everyone, we just give thanks because it was a real every time, Yeah, burn enough good herb and feel enough good vibes and heal His Majesty strongly and yeah man, it was just a good vibes. Yeah, so the single together, yeah, that's what we leave you with, Can you feel it? Rastafari. Because Babylon born when Rasta come together. Can you feel it? Rastafari. Because Babylon born when Rasta come together. You hear me say, ayah, ayah, ayah. We a go burn down Babylon when we come together. Yeah man, Know thyself, Rasbach, life to the people them again. Yeah man, health, strength, peace, prosperity. Haile Selassie the first, bless always.
Here we go again, burning evil and corruption. Rastafari, I and I defend. On a better respect, Rasta youths under the turban. Here we go again, doing your works to help and save the children. Waving high school and green. Vampire see that and afraid we come near we. Fire dagger bounce span them. Rastafari the smarter we not done span them. We know how to stay far from problem. Cause if me ever put me lion pop on them, Jaff me peg and stop the vampires them. Dirty Babylon done and them can't come again. Ethiopian flag me wave out pan them. Rasta victorious them can't stop ja children. Earthquake I go tremble them. Flash ban them. Aha, Tinker, Boondocks. Yeah, you know, Rastafari, bless and sanctify. Give thanks and praise for life. Love life, show love and don't give up, you know. Yeah, that's what I want to leave them with at all time. And I'm not leaving because I'm staying right here, you know. So I'm going to bless them with love life, show love, don't give up. I say so, attitude. Woohoo.
Yo, real talk right there from the man called Ross Attitude alongside Ross Batch. A serious thing. We give thanks for their time and their presence today. It was a real joy and an honor to have the opportunity to reason with the item after such a gloriful, show this past strong start. So we do give enough thanks. This is Roots N Kulcha Radio. I'm King Toby. We got Drop-In Films, vidbybill in the house. One perfect love, family. More joy.
Yeah, Attitude said big up vidbybill. And dropping videos, you know how we do it. Alongside the Boondocks. Seeing, it's a family thing. Give thanks and praises. Jah live. Bless up all Jah children. I and I brothers and sisters. Selassie. Jah Rastafari. Cut and clear.